good evening, 6 o'clock. Welcome to the Newfane Selectboard meeting, Monday, November 4th at 6 p.m. Glad to have everyone here. At the table, we have Jeff Chevalier, Katie Johnson-Aplin, myself, Angela Litchfield, Juanetta Pelling, Austin Rice from BCTV. Online, we have Jay Wilson, our road foreman. With that, has this meeting been properly warned?
Yes, it has.
Any additions or amendments to the agenda?
I would ask that if the planning commission shows up, that we move them up on the agenda.
Whenever they appear?
Yes.
Are they coming in person or online?
I assume she was coming online.
Okay, so we'll just keep out and we'll just approach that when we get there. With that, do we have we'll go to the, are there any other additions or amendments? Hearing none, we'll go to the approval of the meeting minutes. And it looks like October 21st, we were all present. Is there a motion to approve?
Any motion?
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, ayes have it. We'll have to table the October 22nd meeting minutes till the next meeting when more folks are here. And now we'll move to Jay. Good evening, Jay. Welcome. It's time for the road foreman and commissioners report.
So the roadside mowing is mostly complete, and we're doing leaf blowing to clean out the ditches. Under the covered bridge, I sent out the V-Trans covered bridge collision repair, collision prevention measures. It had some good ideas in it. I also forwarded some other correspondences that show the existing signage. DMI is supposed to be coming this week to do a few more pavement repairs. And I filled out paperwork for the stormwater pollution prevention plan for MSK. That's part of the permit they will file for Act 250. Well, that's about it.
Great. Is there a motion to approve the road foreman and commissioners report?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Discussion. One, two, three, four.
One's great. I don't think we need to add anything
Yeah, I
to
don't
that.
think so either.
The covered bridge ideas. I read through what you wrote, Jay, or what you forwarded to us. It might be worth the expense for us to get the
That was
25K or whatever it is to mitigate the amount of damage which rapidly goes over that.
Right.
Marcos, the one that had sent that information. He and I had a good phone conversation, and he mentioned the same thing, that yes, it's a lot of money, but it may be a good idea. So, and it can be far enough back because it's just a warning that it doesn't take away from the bridge itself as far as the looks. It doesn't have to be right in front of the bridge. It could be back a ways. So I don't know. There's a couple of other companies that I hadn't looked at before. We can kind of talk with them and just see what they have for ideas.
That would be good. I noticed that going towards the bridge, going towards South Newfane, the signs right there on the right-hand side, there's a lot of greenery around them. Is that able to be trimmed around so we can see clear? I mean, I'm not sure if it matters right now because it's winter and everything's gonna fall down anyway. But just to clean it up a little bit, maybe it's more visible, but.
Yep, it seems to be the majority of the problems we have the majority of the damage comes from the other direction. The people still come from this way and realize what they're getting into and have to back out, but the damage seems to be mostly coming from the other side.
Okay, so once we get some more ideas, we'll keep discussing it and figure something out.
Okay.
That sounds good for everyone? Anything else for the road foreman and commissioners report?
Where are the pavement repairs DMI is gonna be?
There's a little spot over by the Williamsville Post Office. There's a spot out on Dover Road near Stratton Hill. Spots that the plow is apt to catch.
Yeah,
So for winter plowing, it's kind of so we don't catch the plows on them or the wing.
yeah. One spot I noticed the culvert that they just replaced.
Yeah, they're coming to redo that. That's on them. They said they would take care of that.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's a pretty good hit.
It is if you can't move over because there's a car coming the other way, otherwise it's, you move to the middle.
Yep.
Awesome. Anything else for the road foreman and commissioners report?
I wanna go back just for a second to the covered bridge stuff. What do you all think of a truck route sign by the Parish Hill Road Bridge? We don't have like an official, and it's not gonna fit everybody, but it's where the people who can fit would go.
I think it's something to look into and see what we can come up with for a notice that is the truck route for trucks that actually fit.
Yeah.
So we have something very concise on both sides of it.
Because it's probably mostly box trucks that are hitting the covered bridge. I can't imagine, well, I don't know. I'm sure there are tractor trailers trying to.
There are
get
tractor
out
trailers that come right up to it. But I can't read that sign. The signage,
So Marcos's thing is with the signage, there's a lot of words on them. And that maybe we should consider simple signs that just say, have there's actual signs that just have the height on them, or something simpler that maybe would catch people's eye, that some of those signs have so many words that they're not going to get read when they go by them.
Right, and how does all of these MapQuest, Google, Road?
The state has even tried to fix some of them, and they said they have no luck whatsoever.
Because that would be number one helpful to direct them the correct way.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Otherwise, it will be a never-ending issue.
I wonder if
Right.
bridge height is on there. It seems like it could.
Yeah, there are a
could
lot of
be.
words.
No, but just like on the Google Maps or Apple Maps or whatever,
right,
just everywhere there's a low bridge.
where you Google the directions though, unless you actually pull up the directions and read through them, you might miss all of that information.
Yeah.
It's not gonna have a glaring pinpoint of, this is a pinch point, this is
There should be a warning saying low bridge, you can't go this way.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I like the idea of having signs on both sides, one by Parish Hill saying this is your truck route if you're this. But like you said, keep it elementary, so you're not reading
Right.
the whole page while you're trying to drive a big truck.
Right.
Keep looking into it.
Yep.
Okay, anything further for the road foreman and commissioners report? I have one thing, have all the jobs that were supposed to be completed by now completed?
Yep.
Good.
Stratton Hill got finished today, I believe. I didn't go back up there this afternoon, but I'm pretty sure it was done. Mark Pickering had been up to look at it today.
Oh, he had?
Yep, and he was happy.
Okay, good. Okay, if there's nothing further, are we ready to vote? Okay. All those in favor to approve the road foreman and commissioner report, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstaining, ayes have it. The planning commission is here. I feel like we should get through the administrative assistance report and then we can go with planning commission. If that's okay with everyone.
Hi there, sorry to interrupt. Hi everyone, it's Kate.
What
I
time
just,
is the meeting tonight?
what's that?
What time is your meeting tonight?
It's at 7, but I have to be up in Townsend for it, so.
Well, then we will put you guys right now. If you're ready to present, we'll go right with the planning commission proposed zoning bylaw amendment information. Go for it.
Thank you. This is quick. Jane is here as well. We wanted to let you know that the Planning Commission voted last week after our public hearing to submit the proposed bylaw changes that were drafted by the WRC to you all. We hope to submit that to the clerk and to the select board hopefully by tomorrow. Might be delayed one more day just because of the election, but it is the same changes as you see on the draft that is on the town's website. And there's one we can share with you. We're still trying to get our heads around exactly the right way to push to do the amendment process. It was changed by the Home Act that was adopted last year by the state. But the mechanics of having hearings, voting to approve are basically the same. So the paperwork is different. And that is underway in order to get the small extra percentage of state refund money tied to the bylaw modernization grant. The process has to be finalized by January 31st, which is why we wanted to hustle it to you and flag that to you all. And we will, so you have the documents, but the official submission will be made, if not tomorrow, certainly by Wednesday. I hope to get it filed with Carol tomorrow.
Okay.
That's our update. There were no more changes after our long discussion over the summer and the last year.
Will that have the final document that you're presenting, will that have the red that we have in our document here, or?
Yeah, we will. Yeah, and if you have that already, that's the version that we voted on last week. We've kept the red line just because it's so hard to see the details otherwise. The one thing that needs to go on that document that is not on the version that you all have and that's on the website is big red letters that say draft, right? Like draft proposed amendment on the front page, because that red line just shows the changes. And again, that is only the small number of changes that were proposed by the WRC. There are plenty more conversations to be had about other ways folks want to propose amendments to the bylaw, but this is the product of our work with the WRC over the last year.
And I know that we've talked about all of this, but after you've submitted it to us as a final draft, then we need to have a public hearing as well?
Yes.
Once you submit it, what, 30 days?
You have to have the posting for 30 days that you're going to be discussing it. You can mention it at a meeting, but you have to have a posting in the paper for 30 days and no more than 45. Is that correct, Kate?
I think so. I will double check that those dates haven't changed, but you don't have, it's not that the select board has a legally mandated, you don't have to act immediately. However, you have to, as Juanetta says, you have to give at least 30 days notice. It's like a legal notice process. So it's exactly the same wording modulo the change to that front page so everyone can see that that's a proposed amendment, but those red line changes are what we just have to submit our report to Carol as well. And then that starts your official timeline to go. So hopefully that's tomorrow.
So that we're all on the same page and keeping this moving forward, if you could find out the exact dates we would need to do everything by and let us know at our budget meeting on Wednesday as unofficial business to the budget meeting, that would be great.
I'll make sure we get this filed with Carol before that meeting then. So if you want to take action, that will all be arranged. Sorry, just my own.
We're gonna go with the tentative date of Wednesday. So if it's filed on Wednesday, we have a meeting Wednesday night, then we can talk about dates.
Perfect. Do you have any other questions for us? I won't hold you up longer. Jane, do you want to add anything?
Call attention to anything that's a change that.
Oh, go ahead, Jane.
No, I think the changes are pretty advantageous to promoting some more housing in town, especially in the village. So I think it's a good change.
I will say they're pretty small, and they in some basically they reduce setback requirements for conforming lots in the village districts. They allow up to 4-unit buildings rather than up to 2 as permitted uses. So you don't have to go to the DRB if you want to have subdivide your building or put a new building that is up to 4 units rather than, it doesn't modify those square footage limits. It modifies some of the parking requirements, not in the huge way, but it modifies them slightly and provides also that adjacent property owners can like work out some parking agreements. And it eliminates in the village district the extra acreage requirement to add additional buildings. The one other thing it does is ADUs, accessory dwelling units. There's now the cap size is greater than it was. So it's the larger of 40% of the primary house to which it is accessory or 1,000 square feet. So it adds more possibility to make those like real apartments. And that's basically the sum of the changes. They're all there in red line. There's not a ton we could do given sort of the limits of the village districts, which the WRC took very seriously as kind of its primary mandate under the grant. And also without public water systems, it doesn't make sense to plan or allow a lot more because ultimately the septic, we don't have to meet some state law requirements that go hand in hand with public water and wastewater. And also septic will still govern a lot of what can be built. I will add that Katie Bristol, initially Merle, but then Katie Bristol took over like reviewing and discussing this with us and has seen and given her thumbs up to all the proposed changes as well.
Looks like most of them are what you've already presented to us anyway.
Yeah, there's nothing new. We didn't, get wild and crazy with big new things. These are kind of incremental tweaks that hopefully allow folks to do a bit more with what we've got along the general idea of encouraging more within the existing footprints of the villages.
So this is just to let us know that you're going to have it filed and for us to take our next steps.
Exactly. And we can come back and talk more once you do that, but we have been holding, we've been blasting from the rooftops that we've been discussing these same few small points for the better part of a year now, and we haven't had any major new information, major objections, or, anything that changed any of this.
Well, we appreciate all of your hard work in getting this moving forward and at this point, so thank you.
Thank you all, and thanks for letting me hop in. Sorry to interrupt your order of things.
No, everybody is busy. We all have busy lives, so that's okay.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Don't hesitate.
Kate, before she hops off. Nope.
Don't hesitate to follow up by email or at our meetings or anything if you want us to address anything directly or at the meeting.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Okay. Now we'll go to the Administrative Assistance Report. Juanita, good evening.
Good evening. The settlement check has been received for the damages to Adams Hill Bridge. Finally.
Yay.
I've started to receive the completed appropriation applications this morning. I sent out an email to the past recipients as a reminder that the application submission deadline is December 4th. New England Municipal Consultants have submitted a revised contract for the town reappraisal and a program upgrade for the Lister's office, which was previously discussed. Ryan Silvestri said he would be available for the November 18th meeting if you have any questions. I have included Attorney Fisher's email and Bristol Walker's appeal for the select board to review and consider. This information was also sent to Tessier for his records. And tonight there is a contract for rescue for their emergency services. Would you prefer discussing this tonight or at the budget meeting Wednesday?
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the Administrative Assistance Report?
I make a motion.
You want a second, Mike? Thank you. Just to start off, my thoughts would be, number 3, the New England Municipal Consultants and their contract that we've received in our packets, we can review and discuss at our budget meeting, as well as the rescue contract,
Sounds good.
if that's okay with everyone.
I would consider talking about it now with BCTV here because it's a big change
For the, which one?
for the municipal consultant's
Okay,
proposal.
we'll start there then.
I think, that part, like, yeah. I'll just find it. And the only part that I think that people need to hear and know about if they're watching our video is what the proposed change is. The major change is that the proposal is to be in 2026, the reappraisal will be in 2026, not 2027, which is how we have had it planned for a long time.
Okay.
So people need to hear about that.
So with that being said, we can look at the contracts and then
Yeah, the
discuss
parts.
the contracts for Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then follow up with Ryan with any further questions.
Oh yeah, if we have any
Next
questions on Wednesday, we can invite them to the 18th, the meeting on the 18th. Any discussion about the number 4, the higher ground Bristol and Walker appeal? I did not have a chance to read it today.
Just on Bob Fisher's, he's asking what position you would like him to take on behalf of the town.
I haven't had a chance to read it, so I don't know my position at this point.
Okay.
I don't know about anybody else.
Same.
Can we add on our meeting on Wednesday, can we add other topics?
It's a meeting.
I mean, it's a warned meeting and there is other
You'd
business
have
that
to-
comes.
Yeah, you'd have to make an addition to the amendment because it was already posted, but I can
That's not a problem.
I can do it, for the future meetings, put in a space for other business.
That would be great.
Would it be okay for me to email Bob Fisher back and tell him that I gave you this information and you're considering it? And you'll respond before the December deadline?
Well, I would just wait until Wednesday to give him a response to our,
Okay.
because every phone call and email.
Cost the town money? Yes. I understand.
Yes, Katie.
I'm just looking for those dates. I think that's fine to wait until Wednesday, it's 2 days, 48 hours.
Yeah, because the conference isn't set till December, so I think that gives us all time to read it and have our thoughts ready for Wednesday.
Yeah.
Great. And
Would you
I,
find that specific date, please?
when the
Because I'm not
conference
finding
is-
The conference hearing? Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, is there anything else for the administrative assistance report? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstaining, ayes have it. Thank you so much, Juanetta, and we'll have lots more to discuss on Wednesday.
You're welcome.
Any scheduled members of the public? Unscheduled members of the public? New business? Old business? Housing grant proposal, Kate is gone, Anne's not here, we'll continue that. Beautification?
I went and checked out the bench that Dale Stevens built. It looks great, but it does need to cure for the winter, so it's gonna sit undercover till the pine dries a little more, and then he can get some finish on it. I have yet to get over to Johnny's Wings to discuss the rest of them, but that's not gonna happen till spring anyway. we will get there. I have one more show to get through and then I'll
Do you
get there.
want us to take this off until the spring,
Why don't we take it off until the first of the year?
after town meeting? And
Yeah,
we'll revisit it again.
yeah.
Is Dale interested in doing another bench because this came out so well, or?
He is not.
That was fun, I'm good now.
Yes, it was. No, it looks good.
The
It
first
was-
of the
it
year,
was a
so
lot.
January?
I would say January. Put it back on.
Put back
I don't
on
know. I
January
don't
so you
have
can
an
start
update.
getting more people.
Yeah.
Okay, January. First meeting in January.
Yep.
Ian's not here for any FEMA updates.
I don't have any personnel policy changes or recommendations, but I do have town website design
Great.
update.
Great.
And in your packets, please look at the piece of
Last
work
page.
from Early Sprouts.
Do you have mine?
I had one, but
We can
I
share.
since took it out. I just want to read it. Ann and I had a great meeting with them a couple weeks ago. Katie has put together a proposal for additional work with a total cost of $1,485, which will include writing and editing all of the descriptive subheaders, the town directory page, or synchronize editing, making sure they're current and complete. The forms and document page, homogenize, make sure it's current and complete, home page. Anyway, she detailed every bullet point of the things she will be doing to make our lives easier so that when it comes to Bauman's piece, he is just moving stuff with an
great.
already organized plan. And it means that the tone of the writing will be homogeneous through the entire website on all of the pages, because we are doing things like having a homepage that has a little history about our town, the current statistics and current nice things about our town. It'll have descriptions on all of the different offices in town, what they do, what their roles are, and who they are, and having all of that with the same tone of the person writing it, I think is pretty important. So I look forward to that.
That's awesome.
Yep. And I think
That's a great cost too.
for the
Yeah.
approximately $1,500, it's totally worth it to us, which would, I think, bring our total cost to close to about $7,500 for our brand new website, which is just an extraordinary price.
Do we need to vote on this tonight?
Yes, so that she can move forward.
Any questions? And it's in our budget that we have funds for it, because I thought we set aside funds for it last year.
I
Yeah,
believe so.
it looks good. That's a lot of work for
It's a lot of work.
$1,500.
And I think our design piece was $1,500, so they, $3,000 I think is a totally reasonable thing to have the bulk of what needs to be done put together.
Are they handling the design as well?
They are doing the design as well, and it's coming along beautifully.
Nice.
So do we need a motion to keep moving forward? Or because we've already made a motion to hire them, right?
Right.
Do we need to keep, or is this just an update of what we've already voted on?
I think we need a new motion because it's a new proposal.
Okay, is there a motion to continue on with the proposal that was presented this evening?
I made a motion.
Second,
A second.
any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
I
Aye. Opposed, abstained, ayes have it. Great, thanks for keeping on that one. That's awesome. Any correspondence? No?
Nothing that wasn't already mentioned.
Well,
All right.
kids, it's been a great meeting. It's 6:30. We're gonna move into pay orders. Enjoy your night. Stay safe and happy November. All right, I would like to call the meeting back into order at 6:31 for the Board of Liquor Control. We have an application for the Art Gallery Art Gallery special permit application for an Art Gallery multi-business serving permit license for the 1330 Gallery, which is next door to the town office. Where's that?
It's
The old
Realtor-
insurance building?
It's
Okay.
the Realtor building.
The event would take place on November 22nd from 5 to 9. Please review the application, let us know.
Sounds good.
Motion
It's
to
for an
approve?
open house kind of thing.
Second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed, abstained, ayes have it. Can I have a motion to adjourn at 6:32 from the Board of Liquor Control? Thank you. All right. Thank you so much for getting back on there, Austin.